Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to talk today about the Speedway Motors wheel fit tool. That is part number 91603280. I believe that is the part number that you're going to need to look at. Or maybe it isn't. Let me take a look here. Yep, that's it. So that's the part number that I gave you, is this one right here, 91603280. Because I was just thinking to myself, there's also a part number over here, but that's basically the same part number, but a .8, so apparently, I don't know, 8 bolts or something like that. But anyway, Speedway Motors wheel fit tool, and I bought this 2 years ago now, I think. I got it before they were actually in stock. It was kind of one of them preliminary deals where they said, hey, we're going to be making this. We're giving a special deal. Blah, 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 blah. But I think it was $99. And that came with free shipping. So, yeah. I got it because I knew I was going to need it to fit, to know how to do my tires here. Plus other vehicles that I got as well. But especially this one here, because I want the tires on this one, the wheels and tires, to be a very, very specific fit. So I went ahead and got it. Now, I have seen this thing on Speedway Motors since, and it is a little, I think they offer a different version now, and maybe some upgrades for, you know, doing other things with it, etc. I mean, I don't know. You have to go look for yourself. But I'm telling you that this was the OG original, like the very first one. And again, like I said, I pre-ordered it before they even had any in stock. And then boom, one day, this box here, the Speedway box, which I love these boxes, by the way. Purple logos. That's one thing I love about Speedway, is that they really label everything. When I get my Speedway stuff, it's like really cool, because you can definitely tell that you got your Speedway stuff, right? Summit, not so much. They don't even put a, I mean, you would think that they would take, you know, the plain boxes or whatever and at least put a sticker on it, right? I mean, but they don't. And then as you can see here, I bought from Jegs before, but I have not bought from Jegs for over 15, maybe even 20 years at this point, because they did me wrong on 2 orders, as far as like saying that the thing was in stock, and nothing was in stock, in fact. And they never called me, they never emailed me, they never told me. They let me figure it out for myself. And after the second time, I said no more Jegs. So I have no idea if they still do that today, but I'm not gonna go find out, actually, because I'm happy with Summit Racing, which I have no problem with them, like them, and because I live in the Nebraska area. This Speedway is right out of Lincoln, Nebraska. I think they have another place as well, but my point is that this stuff comes to me fast. If it's in Lincoln, this stuff is to me in 2 days, and I've even had 1 day in one example. So I really like Speedway Motors. Okay, so let's get back to the wheel fit tool. And I came in that box right there, and everything was put inside this bag. You can see here I laid it all out. This bag was inside that bag, and you can see I've already cut it open, and here's all the wing nut hardware. So everything can be done without tools, it looks like. Here's the instructions right here. But you can also see that you've got a scan, you know, whatever you call these, barcode kind of thing. You can scan that, and supposedly, I haven't tried it, by the way, I don't know, but by the way, this is not part of that. That's not part of that. So I guess you can scan that, and you can probably see a video or whatever of it, I suppose. I don't know. I haven't tried it, and I don't know if I will, because I don't think I need it, but we'll see. So obviously, here's the wheel hub center section. You can see here that you've got a 4.5 bolt pattern, 5.5, 4 3/4, 5, and then a smaller. These holes here down here are a little bit smaller in diameter, and it is a 4 3/4. So I don't know. That must be like an import or something, maybe. I don't know. But you can tell that those are a little bit smaller. I put a tape measure on all of these other holes, and they are 1/2 inch. So if you're going to be running 9/16 studs, you're going to have to bore these things out just a little bit, hone them out a little bit to get them to fit. But I'm pretty sure that they marketed this thing not really necessarily for drag racers and, you know, people doing, you know, maybe even big trucks and that kind of stuff. I mean, I think they basically marketed it to, you know, just your typical light pickup market, you know, cars, automobiles, just simple things, right? You can see here that this thing is adjustable for a 14 all the way out to a 20-inch wheel. Let's look over here in the instructions, which, by the way, I looked at this really quick, and they have really cool stuff in here, actually. Lots of information. The overall wheel width, the wheel center line, they explain all this stuff in here, okay? Then we open it up to page 2, and they start explaining more as far as the actual, you know, description of this thing, and you know, then they start showing you the actual technical aspects of what you're going to be doing, or, you know, what is a wheel as far as like center line, bolt circle, all that stuff. And then here's like a dimension, or like a blueprint kind of drawing, I guess, rendering of the actual jig itself at a side view after it's all assembled. Right there. Moving over here to this page so you can kind of see right there how this thing kind of goes together. Again, another little side view right there. This is really cool here because this is a chart that, you know, because, you know, with tires you have like a let's go with like a 245, 60, 15. So 245 wide, aspect ratio of 45, and you know, a 15-inch diameter wheel. And I don't know, man, it seems so dumb, but there's a whole lot of inches and metric mixed up, and I just don't know why they do that, but they do. So this one here helps you to understand how to convert immediately, right? So here we go. For example, let's say you had a 10-inch wide wheel, and you would probably want to run approximately a 255 millimeter, or, you know, 255, you know, 60 R15 or whatever. You see what I'm saying? You would probably want to run that if you wanted to be perfect. As far as like it would actually be a very like straight 90-degree sidewall, and then they have this recommended tire width, which is 265 to 275. So basically what they're saying now is that when you get out, you know, you got the wheel here, right? And now when your tires beat it up against, now it's going to kind of bulge out and just round a little bit and then go up to the tire tread, right? And then of course the maximum tire width that they're going to recommend for a 10 is 285 wide. So, you know, I've seen people put 305s and shit on that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is obviously maximum recommendations, and of course they're going to save their butt. They certainly aren't going to recommend things that you'll be talking to their lawyers about, right? This jig, there's a good picture of it right there as it's getting assembled as far as the wheel hub area. But you can put this actually inside of the tire. If you have the tires, you can actually build this thing and actually hold a tire. So you will therefore see exactly what it looks like. Okay. Here's some more cool stuff. You know, they got some formulas in here for back spacing and weir center line, offset, all that kind of shit. So really cool there. And then a quick reference for the offset chart. And again, this is kind of what I don't like. For example, check this out. 10 inches wide wheel width, and the back spacing in inches up here, and then it's going to equal millimeters. So see, you got to kind of figure that shit out again, going from metric to inches. But I guess that's no big deal because you got this handy chart here to help you out, I guess. Well, no you don't, because the smallest metric it goes to is 195. So yeah, you're going to have to actually calculate that or convert it somehow, whatever. So anyway, Another good picture of what it looks like right there. And then, of course, all important disclaimer stuff, so, you know, lawyer speak, etc. But, yeah, there we go. Speedway Motors, Lincoln, Nebraska. There you go. So, that is this wheel jig, which I picked up way before it was even available. Like, literally when it came out. No stock at the place. I think it took like 2 months for it to finally show up after I paid for it. And at the time, 99 bucks. That was the introductory offer that they were offering it for. And now I am about to actually finally assemble it and start working to use it. Because these wheels right here, ladies and gentlemen, are ugly as you know what. So, and I really want... Now the front doesn't look too bad actually, but the back looks like terrible. So I want to definitely figure out what's going to fit in there, front and back, and that's what I'm going to do. So keep hanging around, because what I'm going to end up doing is probably doing a video of this assembled, and then I'm going to probably do a video of it actually being in use over here. Now, I don't think I'm going to have a tire, unfortunately, but I don't know. I might go talk to my friends over at the tire shop and see if they'll lend me some tires. But then again, I kind of have a high doubt that they would even have the tires that I'm probably wanting to have in stock. You have to remember, I live in a ag area. We don't have, I mean, they have some tires, but most of the tires that they keep in stock are for pickups and tractors and shit like that. So passenger cars, you know, regular passenger car, not performance cars like this. But I mean, obviously they can put any kind of tire you want, but what I notice is that they typically order, you know, if you pull up in a pickup truck, they'll get you probably that day. If you pull up in something like this, you tell them what you want, and they look it up, they order it, and it comes in within a couple days, and ta-da, they put it on for you. So we'll see if I can get a tire maybe, but if not, I'm going to assemble it, and I'm going to get a good idea of exactly at least what it kind of sort of will look like, and whether it'll fit and all that stuff. And then, of course, using all this charts and everything in here, I'll figure out, hopefully, a good indication of how girthy the actual tire that I'm thinking of using will actually fit in there. So, thanks for checking out the video. Like, subscribe, rumble, because I think Rumble's going to be taking off, buddy. I really do. I really think it's going to surpass YouTube here in the next year or two. I could be wrong, and I have been wrong, but I really think it's going to really take off, because an interesting fact, during the election night, there was a lot of things going on Rumble that it captured 17% of the internet streaming market. And if you think that is, you know, no big deal, consider the fact that YouTube typically has 97% of the entire market. But on that night, Rumble captured 17%. So people are waking up, and the Rumble Premium is actually, in my opinion, awesome, because it takes away the commercials and all that kind of stuff. And it's it gives you a lot of stuff that you can't get on YouTube, in my opinion, as far as access to, you know, quite a few shows and stuff on there. And by the way, if you are not conservative or right-leaning, it doesn't mean that Rumble is all conservative stuff, because it's not. They actually did a study on that. In fact, I just heard actually that the other day, and the study was, it was a third, meaning a third left, third right, third, what do you call them? Independents? Yeah, no kidding. It's pretty diverse. So if you can tolerate different opinions and be, you know, a human about it, be, you know, civil about it, then Rumble's the place for you. In the meantime, I'm putting this on Rumble and YouTube because I can. After all, we are in a free country. But if YouTube decides to delete it, fuck them. Because I'm going to be Elon Musk. Fuck them. And I'm going to move on without them. Which I am. Already over in Rumble. Anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.